Alright, welcome sa part 5 ng Index Overview series natin. So, kapag hindi nyo pa napapanood yung part 1 hanggang part 4, I've included links to those videos in the description box below, no? Sakaling hindi nyo pa po alam, what we're doing here is we're looking at all 30 index names. Tapos tinitingnan natin kung ano yung mga potential scenarios na pwedeng maganap para kung sakali man na mangyari yung mga possible scenarios na yon, ay handa tayo, no? Sa kung ano yung gusto natin gawin moving forward. Now, we'll start off with SECB for this video. And itong SECB, tatanggalin ko lang yung volume kasi medyo sagabal siya, no? Alright? So, from here, ano yung napapansin natin? Number 1, mas naging obvious na yung range na pinagtatradean natin, no? When we last looked at this, we already said it was quite bearish. Pero ngayon, established na dito talaga tayo sa baba. Now, kung mabasag tong 87 pesos na area, ang next level of support natin sa totoo lang is itong low na at 77. Kasi nagkaroon tayo ng accelerated move to the upside dito eh. So, hindi ganon kakapal yung levels na pwede natin pag-abangan dito. Walang area of consolidation. Literally, bumaksak, nag-V-shape, napaangat lang siya. So, kung mabasag man to, baka mag-accelerate din tayo to the downside going to support at 77. Okay? Kung mangyari man yon, okay, at hindi yun mag-hold, we're gonna have to go back hanggang mga 2011, 2012 to look for new areas where price could head to, no? So, hopefully, di naman tayo umabot doon. Now, what I personally want to see sa ganito is perhaps price moves down, bear trap, fake out, come back up, start holding above it, then maybe magiging range tradable between 77 to 87, which is a very decent range to trade, no? So, that's something to watch out for dito sa SECB. Again, it's gonna take a very specific scenario or a very specific look or pattern for me to get in. Kasi maaari din naman na bumaba siya rito, tapos wala nang fake out yan eh. Baka nga hindi mag-hold yung support, dumire-diretso na lang tayo. We don't know. Okay? So, I wouldn't try to catch the support outright. I'd rather wait and see what price does from there before committing to anything. Now, yung bullish scenario naman is if we can come back and retake tong 96, I think merong open canvas dito for us to trade from 96 hanggang 102.8 or 104.10, no? So, this is your area of resistance right here. It's not a bad range to trade. I mean, it's not huge percentage-wise, but I think possible na mag-yield siya ng magandang risk-reward based on current structure if we can retake it. After all, ito lang naman yung parang chop natin from there. Diba? Dito, it barely did. Dito, it barely did. So, it's more or less a clean canvas for us to work with. So, hopefully, kung ma-retake man yan, it's a trade that we can look forward to in the future, no? Tapos, kung from there, mabasag pa natin tong area of support na to, ay resistance na to, then the next level of resistance will be 109 na, followed by 112, and then 119.6. Next, let's take a look at RRHI. Now, itong RRHI, as we can see, it has kept getting lower, kept forming lower highs, lower lows, and patuloy pa rin yung downtrend natin overall, no? There was a quick trade to be had here, but I personally didn't see it. When we broke beneath tong 48.5, which was a key level, diba, na-retake kaagad siya itong candle na to. Unfortunately, it went straight to target. Parang after it broke down, nag-hold tayo dito. When it retook tong 48.5, wala nang isip-isip eh. Dumiretso na kaagad siya sa next level at 51, and then doon tayo nakahanap ng reaction. Diba? So, even though there was a quick trade to be had there, personally, I didn't take it. Minsan, in hindsight, parang ang dali, no? Pero when you're looking at it, tas nakita mo na dito siya sa baba, you wouldn't actually be putting this in your watch list. Anyways, from here, ano pwede nating i-anticipate dito sa RRHI? One bullish scenario na pwede nating tignan is baka mag-form tayo ng some type of very weird-looking na inverse head and shoulders pattern. Yeah, if we do, then perhaps that's something na pwede nating sandalan as a trade idea moving forward, no? A break above 51, tas mag-hold dyan yung price, could take us back up dito sa 52.85 or even higher. Baka matag tong mga highs na naiwan dito around 55 pesos. Okay? Kung nabasag pa yan, then obviously, ito yung mga next levels of resistance natin. Again, hindi ko pa linagyan ng levels kasi para sa akin, hindi naman yan likely mangyayari overnight. These types of candles don't always happen, no? Yung isang candle lang, maraming levels marirevisit. Now, kung sakali man na ang mangyari naman from here is we come back and break beneath 48.5, retest it from underneath at mag-hold yan and we start rolling over, then malamang babalikan natin yung support dito sa 45.95. At kung hindi mag-hold yung support na yan, the next level of support will be at 44 pesos na, which incidentally was the pandemic low. Okay? Hindi ako magugulat na kung sakali man mangyari nga yung scenario natin, ay mabalikan natin all the way tong 44 at baka mabasag pa natin. Okay? Now, let's say na binabalak nyong i-trade to for one reason or another. Let's say you're very bullish sa RRHI and let's say na nandun na siya sa area where you feel na it's valued correctly, no? Then, syempre, kapag ganon, you take the trade, don't hesitate, just make sure na may maganda kayong plano moving forward para kung sakali man na mangyari ang ayaw natin mangyari, eh hindi maipit yung holdings natin sa isang stock na baka lalo pang bumaba. Next, tignan po natin yung BPI. Now, when we last looked at BPI, we were in this candle here, no? Nag-break down tayo do sa support at 90.5 and even went down this low at 89. Since then, I've readjusted my levels a little bit kasi nga nabasag na natin yung level na yon. Now, from here, we came back down. Tapos natag natin yung support na to at 85.5. And in fact, we dug a little deeper. Inabot pa natin tong lows na to. And right now, doon tayo nakatambay. Diba? Doon nagko-consolidate yung price around these levels of support. Now, etong level of support na to, I can say na pwede mo pa siyang i-extend hanggang dito sa 83.8 or 84 na area. Kasi medyo buong lugar talaga na to pwede mong sabihin na support eh. It has acted as resistance here as well, here. So, kaysa nalagyan natin lahat ng napakaraming guhit at gugulo lang, we just consider this as an entire area of support. Now, paano tayo magiging bullish ulit dito sa BPI? Para sa akin, it's gonna take some doing, no? Kasi one of the potential scenarios is price could come back, tapos mag-act tong area na to as resistance, and then we push lower from there. Diba? If that happens, baka mabasag tong 83.8, and if does, the next level of supports will be at 79.75, followed by 78. Para maging bullish ulit, actually, as I said, matrabaho. It needs to take out tong 99 na level. Okay? Ito yung mas conservative. But if that breaks, then I think it opens up this range from 99 hanggang 104. Pwede rin actually na mabasag lang tong high na to at 96. Okay, it's a bit more aggressive kasi after all, yan yung last swing high. Yan yung last lower high mo before price went down. So pwede rin naman kapag nabasag yung 96 ay meron na tayong change in market structure, di ba? Then pwede na natin sabihin that we can start looking for trades there, no? But regardless of which level that you like, which area that you like, BPI has a lot to do bago natin ma-reclaim yung mga areas na yon. Meaning, I don't think it's gonna happen overnight, no? If and when ma-reclaim ng BPI yung mga areas na yon, we'll rediscuss this then. But for now, what we're looking for is some type of structure to develop from here that could turn into a reversal. Kasi after all, yun nga di ba? High, low, lower, high, di ba? Lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Pababa na tayo eh. So we want to see a change in structure overall na maganap kahit na mas mababa, kahit na somewhere in this area, somewhere in that area, bago tayo ulit mag-isip if BPI is worth getting into. Kasi right now, where we are, nasa alanganin talaga siya. Next, tignan natin yung GLO, no? Yung globe. Price went down, broke beneath yung support natin at 2,162. Diba? Held beneath there for a while, moved back up, reclaimed it, and came back and tag yung resistance at 2,3, no? 2,318. Tapos from there, nag-form tayo ng double top and then nag-roll over na tayo. Okay? Now, kung mabasag natin tong low na to, I don't think mag-hold ng matagal yung support at 2026. Where I'm waiting for Globe is once again dito sa demand zone niya. Kung saan tayo nagkaroon ng consolidation before, no? To see kung makakuha tayo ng some type of reaction dito sa Globe. Kung bumaba yan dyan, magkaroon tayo ng bullish structure. Maybe that's something that we can bounce trade. Or perhaps baka sign siya ng early reversal. I don't know. Kasi depende po yan kung ano yung itsura ng structure at the time, no? But right now, where it is, again, nasa alanganin siya. Okay? Kung sabihin natin mag-hold nga tong 2,162 na level, maybe maging range tradable siya here between 2,162 to 2,318, but I don't think that will be a great range to trade. Tas kung mabasag naman natin yung 2,318, number 1, baka mag-gap fill tayo dito. And number 2, baka mag-trade tayo sa range na to between 2,318 and 2,446. Okay? Tas kapag nabasag yung 2,446, the next real level is 2,650. But I do acknowledge na may mga inflection points yun na naiwan dito. So ang dami niya talagang pwede paguntugan, making reading this chart a little bit harder, at least for me. Okay? I would rather wait na maging mas malinis siya ng konti, kaya willing akong hintayin to see kung bumaba siya rito kasi mas clean canvas tayo eh. Diba? Where we are right now, yes, nag-range tayo dito before, yes, nag-overshoot tayo, yes, pwede tayo bumalik sa range na yan, but as I mentioned numerous times, I'm not a big fan of trading kapag ganitong marami ng chop na nangyari along the way, lalo na ganito na very identifiable sa inyong mga pwede niyong untog. I'm not a big fan of that, so I would rather wait and see kung makakakuha ako ng, again, clean canvas before deciding whether or not I want to step in dito sa globe. Now, if you want to range trade this, tapos pasok naman siya sa parameters nyo, then by all means, no, go ahead. As I said, ito yung range niya between 2,162 hanggang 2,650, no? Pero yun nga, baka sign kasi na nauntog tayo rito, nag-form tayo ng double top. Kung nabasag pa tong 2,162 ulit, baka hindi na tayo mag-stick sa range na yan at baka mag-form na tayo ng bagong range dito sa baba. So parang kaya ako hinihintay dito, pinapangunahan ko lang yon habang malinis pa, baka matrade natin yung range na yon moving forward. And then finally, tingnan po natin yung Bloom. Now tong Bloom, when it broke out of this range high here, I was hoping na it could push a little higher, mabalikan man lang sana tong 7. Kaso talagang matindi yung selling pressure ng market, no? Very bearish talaga tayo. So it never got there. In fact, nag-form tayo ng resistance dito sa 6.74 and then we essentially rolled over from there. Once we broke beneath tong 6.11, diba? Price started going lower. We tagged yung we formed actually a new support dito at 5.5 before coming back. Nauntog tayo dito sa last swing low prior to breaking down and then nag-act na siya as resistance. Okay? Now, let me zoom in a bit para lang mas may detail tayo, no? Ano yung mga potential scenarios that we can watch out for dito sa Bloom? Unahin natin yung bearish scenario. If price breaks back down nitong 5.8 na area, baka mas stuck muna tayo sa range na to between 5.5 to 5.8, no? Perhaps even deeper kung mabasag yung support at 5.5 at ma-revisit natin tong next support level at 5.29. Hindi pa kasi definitive hindi pa siya talaga nagbubuo ng quote-and-quote na range, no? Mas maganda sana at mas madali kung itong fall na to, yung initial na baksak, umabot hanggang 5.29 tapos nagkaroon tayo ng fake out sa ilalim, di ba? Parang nagkaroon tayo ng bear trap, mas madali sanang sabihin na, baka pwedeng we can trade from there moving higher. Kaso syempre, nabitin tayo ng konti, di naman laging ibibigay sa atin ng merkado yung gusto natin. Tapos from there, we swung higher na. So, kung umabot man tayo ulit dito sa 5.29, it remains to be seen whether or not tradable siya. Depende kung ano itsura ng structure if price ever gets there. Now, yung bullish scenario naman is if we can reclaim and start holding above tong 6.11, baka mag-open up ulit tong range na to. After all, dito tayo nag-trade before, di ba? From 6.11 hanggang 6.74. But, tulad ng marami na nating natignan over the series of videos sa index overview natin, it's not a very exciting trade simply because hindi siya magiging madali kasi hindi malinis diba? Marami na tayong chop, meaning maraming nagsubok mag-ipon sa area na to, hindi lahat nakalabas. So if price ever gets there, then baka merong mga iba sa kanila or karamihan sa kanila na gugustuhin lumabas, hence baka magkaroon ng selling pressure that pushes price downward once again. So whether or not maging tradable tong range na to remains to be seen, no? But from here, if we can actually break above tong 6.74, I think na mas mag-open up yung chart natin. Yes, may mga untog pa rin tayo dito at 7, but they are less significant, for lack of a better term, compared sa mga possible resistances na pwedeng nating ma-meet dito sa baba. So if we can come back, reclaim 6.74, then hopefully mag-open up na tong wider area na to and we can trade this back up to 8 pesos, 7.9, and so on. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!